So the Tea Party protests seem to have been an overall success, despite a few concerted efforts to attack them. With more than 250,000 participants and a message sent so clearly to the Obama administration that President Obama himself couldn't even bring himself to utter the words Tea Party on Tax Day. The true test, of course, will come in the what's next, determining what has been accomplished and whether outrage translates into action on the part of the government and constituents themselves. In the meantime, there will be much bantering about what did and didn't work, do-overs and disasters. Much of that is, as you know, already taking place. In fact, one certain disaster that likely won't get a do-over is how some of the mainstream media portrayed the protesters. In a word, shameful. As someone who has spent the better part of my adult life, 14 years, as a journalist, I was absolutely appalled at how one now infamous CNN correspondent ridiculed and antagonized the very people she was charged with objectively covering. I don't care how you actually feel about who or what your assignment is. I've certainly had my fair share I didn't like. But as a reporter, to inject yourself and provide your own personal walking commentary, the point is to report. Let the viewer decide. I learned that in Journalism 101 and adhered to it my entire career as a reporter. Now, speaking as a partisan commentator, I can say the whole ordeal was way too patronizing and partisan even for my taste. And it's funny, if not ironic, since the violent window-breaking protesters of the G20 summit were described by some networks as mostly peaceful. The unruly were truly concerned about the state of the economy. Just a few dissidents were making it look bad for the rest of them. That's what they reported. While the very peaceful, nonviolent Tea Party protesters who vastly outnumbered the G20 crowd, well, they were instantly met with hostile hosts, reporters trying to push an agenda, and just ranting ridicule for being, quote, right-wing. Yet the majority of the participants were simply everyday Americans fed up with the bailouts and massive government spending by both Republicans and Democrats. By the stretch of anyone's imagination, that's a news story, not spin. Like it or not, leave the commentary to the commentators. For the Washington Times, I'm Tara Wall, and this is Tara's 2 Cents.